Ethan had been on his feet for nearly 8 hours. The supermarket aisles were busy, carts rattling across the tile floors while the evening rush picked up. He moved quickly, placing bottles of detergent and boxes of soap neatly on the shelf. Restocking was repetitive work, but Ethan took pride in doing it right. He had just finished lining up the last row when a sharp voice cut through the aisle. "Excuse me." Ethan turned. A well dressed woman stood there with crossed arms and an impatient look. "Can you help me find soap?" she asked. Ethan blinked. The entire shelf in front of them was full of soap bars. "Oh, yeah," he said politely, pointing. "They're right here." The woman frowned as if he had insulted her. "No, I mean the good soap," she snapped. "These are all the brands we carry," Ethan replied, trying to stay calm. Her expression hardened. Without warning, she started to throw everything there were at him. Ethan tried to stay calm, but she was not stopping at all. "Are you refusing to help a customer?" She shouted loudly enough for half the aisle to hear. Ethan stepped back, shocked. A second item flew toward him. Something in him finally snapped, and he threw a sponge at her. And the sponge harmlessly fell off her shoulder. The next morning, the story was everywhere. Clips from someone's phone had spread online. News stations replayed the moment Ethan tossed the sponge again and again. Headlines called it a supermarket assault. The news never showed clips of the Karen throwing stuff at him repeatedly just because she was a woman. And the woman, it turned out, had a huge social media following and connections with several local reporters. Within hours, she was giving interviews. "I was just asking for help," she said dramatically. But unfortunately, by the afternoon, Ethan was called to the store's manager office. The manager looked uncomfortable and he fired him. Ethan walked out of the supermarket carrying a small cardboard box of things that he owned. The same miles he had worked so hard to keep organized now blurred behind the glass doors. Outside, the reporters were still talking about the sponge assault. Almost nobody was talking about the poor worker who was just doing his job.